Happy not Valentine's Day, everybody. It's Deep Dive Zone, a Sonic review series for fans of all shapes and sizes. I'm your host, Devin, joined as always by my co-host, Lauren and Bruce, and today we are moving forward with more Sonic X comics. And, well, we're starting with Sonic X number 16 here, and that's why I made the Valentine's Day joke, is because it's definitely not Valentine's Day when we're recording this.
Yeah, we're like a month off.
It'll be slightly closer to Valentine's Day when we upload this, but still not very close.
Sure.
Yeah, interesting. They did a Valentine's Day issue, and then we're gonna see they also are gonna do another holiday issue right after this.
Yeah.
It would be funny if I looked this up and this issue came out in like July or something. But yes, we got Amy making a fucking hideous smooch on Sonic on the cover.
This smooch face is a little strangely drawn.
Also, white cheese. Do cherubs have to be white?
Oh yeah, I didn't notice white cheese. Huh.
It might not be cheese. I thought it was
guess it's
just a
just a-
hero chow or a
It's got
chow
the
that looks
bow
like
tie.
that.
It's
Oh
true.
yeah, I guess you're right. Well, next issue we'll see cheese can change colors, but this issue I don't know.
Well, Sonic's also blinking with the white part of his eye, so there's some interesting things going on here in general.
I mean, we've seen that multiple
We've
times.
already.
we've seen that.
All right, let's just talk about the story. This is Valentine's Fray, written by Ian Flynn. Oh shit.
Wow.
Oh, okay, that explains a lot actually.
And art by Todd Wanish, however you say it, from last week. Although I will note that this time there are significantly less traced panels. There's still a lot of them, but less.
There are definitely signs. I started noticing them this time around.
On Valentine's Day, Sonic finally agrees to take Amy Rose for a real date, even if he doesn't know what he's doing. Thankfully, Dr. Eggman is around to keep the night from getting too predictable.
That he is.
And, yes, Amy's like, Sonic is taking me on a date. And I was immediately suspicious, like, alright, what the fuck happened?
I do like that Chris immediately checks Sonic for a fever.
And Sonic does say he lost a bet to Knuckles, but I like that despite that, he's still, like, trying.
Yeah, he's like, I should give her, be nice for once.
But as you might expect, Sonic is completely unprepared for this, so he's just gonna
course.
wing it.
Oh, of course. Great idea for a date night, by the way.
It's very in character for Sonic.
Definitely.
They do decide to try to make some last minute preparations though.
Sure. So goes talk to the three people that obviously he should.
The three people that I thought weren't on this planet?
I think they're back. I think they've been phasing in and out or something. I don't know.
It's not a big deal because it was never
Not really.
explained where they were coming and going from anyway.
Sure.
But yes, he solicits help from the three worst sources possible, the Chaotix.
Oh, it's brilliant.
I have to wonder if Ian was thinking about the Knuckles romance arc when he wrote this.
That would be
Fucking
funny. I forgot
maybe.
about that. Yeah.
I guess maybe.
Just in the case of, like, Vector bombing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yes, he asks for help, and Vector's like, sweep her off her feet and give her a night out of the town. And it's like,
Okay.
what is... I like the
What does that mean?
SBO's like, what does that mean? What do you do? And you know what? I sympathize with that because I've heard people suggest that to me before. I'm like, what does that mean? What do I,
It's supposed to mean like do something big, impressive, but it's a good question. Like, what does that actually mean?
Well, it's like, that's okay, he's suggesting a vibe. That's not...
Yeah, basically.
That's not an idea.
Basically.
The other two at least have ideas. SBO says go
Sure.
to a traditional Japanese restaurant because SBO's whole thing is not just that he's a ninja, but also that he's a weeaboo.
Okay, to be fair, Japanese restaurants do make for good date spots.
I'm not saying that it doesn't necessarily.
I understand. No, I know. SBO, coming from SBO, is immediately like, weeb.
Because he's not even from Earth.
True. He just really got into Japanese culture when he came here.
Actually, that would be a hilarious thing to consider, is that in the Sonic X continuity, SBO was not a ninja until they got to Earth, and he just immediately was like, this is my thing, this is my aesthetic
Like,
now.
oh, these guys are so cool. I want to be one.
Why don't you take that off, huh?
Take what off? That says me now!
Heard that before.
That says me now! That says me now! That says me now!
Oh my gosh.
Charmy gives the best advice, though, if you ask me. He says,
Honestly,
go to
yeah.
an amusement park. And the artist
That's a pretty good one.
did not render Twinkle Park anything like the games. Not that I would expect them to.
No, it
Um,
looks like a county fair, to be honest.
Yeah, but Vector says, "Nah, that's kid stuff." Well, Amy is 12 and Sonic is 15 in Sonic X, so
Well, you know what? Theme parks are pretty solid choices.
Sonic characters are just short adults anyway. But yeah.
They might as well be.
Anyway, they start punching each other because all their ideas are so bad, apparently.
Sonic seems to realize they don't know what they're doing, but they take the list anyway. I guess because like they need some ideas.
It's better
Sure,
than
yeah.
nothing, yeah.
Yeah, it'll give them some starters of what not to do.
Yeah, don't be like the Chaotix.
Exactly.
Boken is spying on them during all this, and he tells Eggman. And, I didn't consider last week that he was randomly out of jail in the Christmas issue, but,
Yeah, he's just out of jail now. I do like that Eggman is immediately, like, ecstatic that they're together.
I love his line here. Sonic and Amy are finally together. I've waited so long for this moment, so I could ruin their happiness.
Because
I like that.
of course he's seen all this go down, so of course he'd want them to be together so he can ruin it.
Yeah, I like to think that Eggman saw this potential and it was like, oh, I hope that goes down. I
Exactly.
have so many ideas on how to ruin it.
Like, I could ruin it in so many ways.
I'm imagining like a cartoon scenario, right, where they have like Eggman like drawing up the shipping charts and like writing the fanfics, and only
my
in the very
God.
last page of them do you see the part where they both die. You know?
I could totally see that. It's
Yeah.
teetering on the edge of something out of like Adventures of Sonic, but it
That's
seems
very
in
Adventures of
character enough
Sonic,
even for
yeah.
Eggman.
Yeah, I think that's in character, definitely in character enough.
I would say less adventures. This is something that Sonic Boom Eggman would absolutely
Oh
go
yes.
for.
Which I
guess
haven't
is
really
pretty
seen much of
similar.
that. But
Yeah, this is definitely
it's
something
just that
Sonic
it's,
Boom Sonic Eggman would be in.
It's that it's more domestic and less Looney Tunes, I think. But
Sure.
yes.
Well, yeah, because Sonic Boom is basically a sick.
Yeah, but so Eggman desperately trying to interfere on a Sonic Amy date and tripping up hilariously is basically the entire plot of this issue. And you know what? I'm here for it.
Yeah, honestly, it's
Yeah.
pretty enjoyable.
And yes, Sonic does indeed try to implement the Chaotix advice in whatever way he can.
Sure, of course. Yeah.
He starts with a night on the town, in which he interprets as run up a building while holding her.
I mean, Amy
Also
seems like
now.
she's enjoying herself.
Well, yeah, Eggman tries to shoot at them. She apparently does not notice Eggman this entire time, but the explosions from the bombs. This is my favorite thing, is that both Eggman and Boken are trying to hit Sonic. One is using missiles, the other's using bombs. They're hitting each other and making explosions in the sky.
Making fireworks.
Exactly.
Sonic went all out. He got fireworks.
I absolutely love this tiny drawing of Sonic that's like grayscale in
yeah,
the middle
that's a
on the
good
right. That is
one.
like super freaked out.
That's
It's like, oh god.
That's based off the little diagrams from the Sonic Can't Stop Running episode.
Oh, okay. I like those little drawings. No
okay,
wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, they have another one on the next page where they do indeed go to the Japanese restaurant.
Yeah, they go to a hibachi place. Solid choice.
Yeah. Deco and Boko immediately set themselves on fire. Sonic doesn't even have to do anything.
I don't even think they were actually at their table.
Yeah, no, they get in after Deco and Boko set
Yeah.
themselves on fire.
I do love we have a frame of them just staring at the oil on the hibachi before it erupts into flames.
Yeah, you could the entire page of these panels shot from the exact same perspective is
Yeah.
that's one of my favorite, like, done right, that's one of my favorite comic book, like, comedy
Yeah.
tropes.
That's some good comic book comedy art there.
And I was right. Twinkle Park was a great idea. They go there next.
Well, of course. Amy would want to go there.
Well, when Vector said, nah, that's kid stuff, I'm like, oh, what? But that, like, happened in Sonic Adventure.
Yeah.
Like, does this comic not understand that Amy likes Twinkle Park? But this part happened, and I realized, oh, no, Vector is just coolest.
Yeah, Vector's just an idiot.
Also, did Amy and Sonic, there was a Sonic Adventure arc in Sonic X. I don't think Twinkle Park was in it.
I don't think so.
I guess that's true, but I usually think that they're not so drastically different that they wouldn't have similar tastes to themselves in the games.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to note here that, they go there and they get all these photos of doing fun stuff and all that. The bottom one, Amy has a big balloon with a star on it, and I have to wonder if Ian's script said something like star balloon, and he was thinking of the ones from Sonic Adventure 1 that are Amy's goalposts, and the artist just did not recognize that. Anyway, Amy wants to go in the haunted house, which, yeah, I like that Sonic said, I thought you'd have your fill of ghosts. Amy wasn't in those stories.
Was she in the episode?
They're referring to that episode, I thought.
No, look
Yeah.
at the editor's note. Do you remember Sonic X number 13 and 14?
Oh, that's true. Oh.
Fools.
Was she not at the end of the,
Okay, so
story?
Nope.
So Ian Flynn was referencing the show. The editor didn't realize they were referencing the show.
That's probably true.
That's probably true.
Yeah, that's probably the case.
Anyway, Eggman dresses his robots up as mummies and Frankensteins and ghosts. Because surely dressing the robots up is a tried and true strategy that always works.
Well, like, what are they trying to do? Scare them?
Yeah, I guess
That's
scare
already
them to
the
death.
point of a haunted house.
Yeah, you're just kind of helping the haunted house, the guy whoever runs it.
Also, Amy says the music in here is creepy. That is absolutely bringing up the SA1 haunted house theme.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's better for the haunted house people though, because whatever things were supposed to scare you in there aren't there.
No.
There's nothing else but the robots, and it's good because if there was, Amy would be breaking their property because she smacks Boku and Ghost with the hammer.
Damn.
In fact, she smacks him so hard he ricochets off the wall and into Dekaboko. So yeah, they do get to the Hall of Mirrors, and well, this time Eggman is just like, here. He's just
Why
like,
is he
hi,
just
Sonic, I'm
here?
gonna kill you now.
This cartoon ass laser gun.
That's nah, that fits. That's
Oh, I'm not saying it is. It doesn't fit.
but yeah, it's a laser gun, so it bounces off of the mirrors. But once again, Sonic doesn't really have to do much here other than dodge, because it bounces off and it hits Bokun's bomb bag, which then explodes again.
Right.
Although it's weird because he's like right next to Eggman, Deco, and Boko, and they don't seem to be harmed in the next panel.
Bokun is barely harmed too. You can see the cracked glass, but they aren't covered in, soot or anything.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, we finally end off with the roller coaster. Eggman is apparently scared of roller coasters.
Yeah, I guess this Eggman it doesn't have a thing for amusement parks like Game Eggman.
That's so weird to me.
That is a very strange choice or writing choice. I don't know why.
I guess maybe he could still have the aesthetic in mind, but he wouldn't go on his own rides, which would make sense.
His own rides are gonna be deadly, so that makes sense.
Well, maybe that's why he does it. He's like, I'm scared of roller coasters, so I'll make everybody have to experience the scary roller coasters.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure, why not?
He rigs it to explode, but Sonic and Amy, they get off before it does, and also the robots fall out, but I don't care about them. But they get off before the coaster explodes, but Eggman is too fat to get off. And I like the...
Sure.
This is another case of good panel framing, because you see the countdown, you see Eggman saying, no, let me off, I don't want to go. And then you don't see the explosion, you just see in the next panel Eggman flying across the sky behind them.
I didn't even notice that. That's kind of
I
subtle.
didn't notice that either. That's actually really
Silhouetted
funny.
against the moon.
That's pretty funny.
But yeah, no, they did a good job, and perfectly in character, Amy asks if they'll do another date, and Sonic goes, maybe? With a question mark? That was one of my favorite little like fan-made comics as a kid. Amy gives Sonic a note that says, do you love me? Circle yes or no, and Sonic circles or.
Oh my gosh. No, I think it's because Sonic knows what's up, because he's like, hey, give me a second before I leave in our limousine. And then he runs over and says, hey, thanks, Eggman, for making things more interesting. So Sonic is like, yeah, if Eggman comes to ruin another one of our dates, I'll have another one. But otherwise, I don't know.
Oh, that means he's making Eggman part of the relationship.
Oh, it's a throuple.
All right, this is gonna get weird. I'm just gonna close off. This was a fun issue. I like it.
Yeah, honestly, it was pretty fun.
And it is so good because Ian straddled the line without they didn't have Sonic or Amy break character, and they didn't have things be as demeaning to Amy as Sonic X could often be.
Yeah.
So whatever the dumb fucking idiots that say Ian Flynn is bad for Amy did shut up.
I mean, yeah, this is perfectly fine. This is fun, Amy
Oh.
isn't treated badly here. Yeah.
It's fine. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's move on to Sonic X number 17. Somebody called Jacksepticeye Irish the Hedgehog is going to be making an appearance today.
I've never heard of that, but okay.
It's it's a weird little thing they did with him on Twitter a couple times where he voices a green Sonic lookalike. Anyway, yes, it's a St. Patrick's Day themed issue. You like the buried Ristar skeleton on the left there?
I can barely see it. It's
I can see it. The little
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
is covering it though.
yeah, you can see it. It's just it's barely it's covered up.
Anyway, it is March Madness. Flynn and Stephen Butler, another Archie veteran. On St.
Yeah.
Patrick's Day, Sonic and friends are trying to enjoy the parade, but a leprechaun-obsessed Dr. Eggman gets in their way.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
This week of issues, I'm not gonna say they're all terrible or anything, but
They're odd.
with this and with a couple of the later ones, I started to wonder if they were running out of ideas a little bit.
Already running out of
Uh-huh.
ideas. Yeah, maybe a little bit.
But for starters, Sonic is running it with Cheese, and as they get back to the mansion, Cheese turns green because that's what speed-type Chow do.
I did not expect this comic to start acknowledging Chow
Yeah.
game mechanics of all things.
I didn't even know that because I've done nothing with the Chow. That's interesting.
That's the Ian touch.
It's not just
Fair.
spending time with Chow. You have to give them small animals, but I guess this is
Oh,
close
sure,
enough.
sure, yeah.
Well, so this is
That's,
something I
huh.
think that Archie does just a little bit, is having Chow take on the appearance of, or rather the appearance and traits of people around them, which doesn't really happen in the games other than with Hero Dark alignment.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
I-
they should have gotten like a Halo dot or something to be
mean-
game accurate. No, it's fine.
I think it's understandable as an adaptational change. Anyway, but everybody else is also in green mode right now. Cream has a green necktie. Chris is wearing a green shirt, which if I didn't already know this was a St. Patrick's Day issue, it would be the perfect moment for we're in a parallel timeline version of things.
I would have just assumed the colorist fucked up.
Because there's too many obvious character model sheets to follow.
Oh,
But,
yeah, I mean.
And Amy's got the green headband, and she tries to pinch Sonic for not wearing green, and I really expected him to try using his green eyes as an argument.
Yeah, same.
Oh my gosh.
Same.
But, no, it doesn't happen. And I really was wondering if we were going to get Green Eggman in this issue, but we don't.
Damn.
That's actually a big loss. I didn't even think about
Yeah,
that.
we should have gotten Green Eggman.
Sonic Boom has Green Eggman to bring that series up again, but,
Mhm.
actually that also has... Okay, I was about to say Black Eggman. That brings different... It has a black coat Eggman. But Eggman
that sounds cool.
Yes, Eggman instead is he's getting all wrapped up in the tradition, the mythology.
Yeah, this is funny. I'm noticing more and more. I think the show did this too, but I'm kind of enjoying it here in the comics, especially when Eggman is being like extra stupid. That Eggman is like less informed than Deco and Boko, because they're like, what the heck are these humans doing? Another strange tradition. Deco and Boko, with like nothing better to do, I assume, have like researched some Earth customs a little bit, and they're like, oh yeah, it's St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
They spend all their time on Wikipedia.
You know what? I still do that. That's a fair pastime.
I don't know where they got this book that explains it though.
Boku
just-
stole it?
No, they just borrowed it from a library like normal people. No one looks twice when these two walk around in the
It's
city.
true, actually.
Yeah, fair enough. Apparently, speaking of Pokemon, they told him first because he's apparently painting the base green. Apropos of absolutely fucking nothing, just gets his head caught in a paint bucket.
It's just a strong breeze. But yeah, that is pretty pathetic.
I guess so. It is windy in the spring. Yeah, I don't know. It's like everybody. One Google search gets him wrapped up in Irish fever, and he decides, I need to capture a leprechaun. And I can't even. It's like I call it Irish fever. This is a uniquely like non-Irish. Irish people don't give shit about leprechauns.
Yeah.
Also, launch all nets for great justice. That's a very random Zero Wing reference.
Oh, it's a reference. I didn't
Oh,
understand. I was like, that's an
Yeah,
odd
same.
phrase.
Yeah, it's the same source as all your base, you know.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
I personally, in terms of cheesy Zero Wing jokes, I prefer somebody set up us the bomb, but
Hmm.
bad translations are evergreen, so very random thing to reference here though.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And yes, Bokun comes in covered in green paint, and Eggman just doesn't even recognize him. He's like, "There's a leprechaun." This is like, I don't know. This is like some Smithers and Burns shit or something. I don't know. It's like Eggman doesn't know what he's completely delusional in this comic.
Yeah, this is over the top. The frame where
Kinda.
he's pointing at Bokun initially, though, Deco and Boko's eyes just look like they're bulging out of their heads. As they're like, that's Bokun. Can't you tell? It is kind of funny, but it just goes on and on in this comic. It's a thing.
Yes, indeed. And yeah, I will say we generally like Butler as an artist, and he's not bad here. A lot of his drawings do look a little weird. I think he maybe wasn't used to the Sonic X style.
Probably.
Look at how tiny Tails is compared to Sonic in this next frame.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Sonic is almost as tall as Vanilla.
Yeah. And yes, they're all at the parade. Sonic is, of course, not actually wearing any clothing. He just has a little little clover charm around his neck because gotta get that SEGA compliance in there. But yes, everyone's out of the parade when Bokun flies through and grabs Cheese, thinking that he's a leprechaun, because apparently just being green and small is all that it takes.
Clearly.
I do like the swirl dot above Cheese's distressed face.
Yeah. But he demands help from Sonic as well because he says Eggman's gone crazy, and Sonic's like, he's always been
He's
crazy.
always been crazy.
But you haven't seen anything until the lepra mech bursts from the pot of gold float. Top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning.
Um, somehow only at this point did my notes say Eggman is up to perhaps the stupidest of bullshit in some of these comics.
You have to realize it eventually. This is as good a time as ever.
Yeah.
Something really strange happens here after Eggman's robot emerges. Bokun is like, I need to get out of here. But first, they like look at Cheese, and it's like they're psychically communicating or something, and then they run away in a panic. Like, what is this little circular frame supposed to indicate?
I think that's them reacting because he sends out the butterfly robots and says, "Go, my Shamrops, there must be a leprechaun in this crowd." And both of them look each other like, "Oh shit, we're the leprechauns," and then they fly away.
Oh, I completely missed that. I couldn't tell because of the weird dots between their heads.
Yeah. Oh, well, oh, I see. Yeah, that's... would be funny if they were psychically communicating. I still don't know what
They
the
really
fuck...
are leprechauns.
I still don't know what the fuck Bokun's deal is, because why does the robot look like that? Like, Deco and Boko are not traditional Sonic-esque designs, but I can at least believe Eggman made them. He's so weird.
Well, wasn't it a reused design?
Well, that's the funny thing. Deco and Boko were. Bokun isn't.
Oh, I didn't realize that. That's okay. That's very strange then. Yeah.
Yeah. Unless I guess I'll look it up. I'm pretty sure I'm correct about that. Anyway, these butterfly robots, I'm pretty sure, are also from Sonic CD, except they were pink and yellow.
Sure.
But everyone fights because that's what happens traditionally, so.
Exactly.
I don't know if I have anything to say about the action. It's very much what you expect, you know.
Sure, yeah.
Parade balloon on them. Sonic gets on the arm, makes it slap itself in the face.
Bokun becomes surprisingly effective when fighting Eggman, which could either mean that they could be a real force for good, or Eggman is just that pathetic.
I like to think it's a case of the villains bring out the worst in each other.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I mean, Eggman is his own worst enemy is a repeated observation on this show, so. But don't worry, because if anything's here to save the day, it's rain. It rains, which washes the paint off Bokun, but the mech grabs Sonic, And conveniently, the rain that conveniently started for one character conveniently stops for the other because the sun gets in his eyes.
It's a very short rain.
Yeah. Oh, but don't worry, the sun getting in his eyes is not what makes it stop. No, the rainbow is, because Chris says, hey, look, a rainbow. Don't you know that rainbows live at the end? I said that wrong. Leprechauns live at the
Yeah,
end
you
of
said
rainbows.
that wrong.
And so he's like, oh, well, I have to go chase after that instead. And like,
Okay, this is where I draw the line. I'm sorry. You can make Eggman as comically stupid as you want, and it's fine, I guess. But Eggman does not pass up an opportunity to kill Sonic. That never happens.
yeah, he would never willingly, or at least self-admittedly, let Sonic live for something as stupid as this. Because, like, what, a pot of gold? What do you care about gold?
Because he keeps talking. The big thing is he keeps wanting money so he can do things.
Well, he had the funds to produce the Leprobot.
I
He
wasn't going
did
to
just
point
pull
it
the
out
Leprobot out of his
because
ass.
the thing is, they need Eggman robots. They need monsters of the week. So,
Right.
like, I wasn't going to say it, but yes, it is a little weird that they keep acknowledging Eggman being low on funds.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
yet
yeah. He can
don't-
keep building these robots.
Yeah, just keep building regular robots. Like I said, it'd be cool if they were like weird cobbled, put together pieces of trash or something, but they don't do that.
Yeah, well, it could be an art problem, but it's obviously not something that's being reflected in the scripts so much that it would
Right.
need that. So,
Yeah.
so bad choice on that part. Maybe it should have been the sun getting in his eyes. Now they had rainbows on your home planet, asshole. Sorry.
But rainbows on Earth work differently than
That's
rainbows
right.
on Mobius. They don't have
Yeah.
leprechauns on Mobius.
Exactly.
They have 3 suns, so it's always daytime.
Jesus.
Yeah, so Boken flies off, everyone goes out for drinks, but they're green sodas, because we can't have the teens drinking alcohol.
Oh yeah, my immediate thought was sure soda.
You know. And we end on Eggman digging for gold in some other country, I presume. Looks fairly rustic here.
I like that he's doing it in the mech.
Well, yeah, he's not gonna get out and do it himself.
Of course. Well, I would expect him to have Deco and Boko do it for him.
Yeah, but yeah, this not my favorite comic. It's a very episodic issue. I guess it's been kind of episodic lately, but
Yeah.
Yep.
bleh. Well, let's see if this next one is better. Sonic X number 18. Hey, it's Rouge. Weird lip shapes.
I always find it weird when they draw the Sonic characters' lips like semi-realistically.
Maybe Spaz didn't
Yeah.
think he could distract people by rendering Rouge's fat ass here.
Sure.
Anyway, Rouge goes rogue. Edkin and Hutchison. Sonic and company are shocked when it seems Rouge is committing high-profile thefts. Has she returned, air quotes, to a life of crime, or is something more predictable going on?
Well, I mean, since we're talking about it, Eggman, Rouge deciding to just steal stuff because they're shiny, like, nah, that seems in character. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's in character for
Exactly.
Rouge.
I was never under the impression when she joined up with Gunn in Sonic X that she just didn't want to be a thief anymore. One, they threatened her, and two,
Right.
like, she could still be doing that on the side. I don't know. But yeah, in this case, she is thieving the Moon Emerald, an emerald from the moon. It's not green, but I guess that's part of the course for emeralds in the Sonic series.
It's not a Chaos Emerald. It doesn't have to be green. And Chaos Emeralds aren't always green anyway.
Well, that's
Yeah.
my point, is that Chaos Emeralds don't have to be green. I think things that aren't Chaos Emeralds but are emeralds should be green.
Well, it's a moon emerald.
Moon Emerald. I don't know.
The
It doesn't
the
seem
moon's
that
gray.
unreasonable.
Does it come from the green moon?
No, it comes from the moon, which is gray.
Actually, it is green for exactly one panel on here while Rouge is reaching into her bag.
Oh yeah, it is.
Colors is so fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is caught by security cameras and broadcast on TVs. So, Sonic, they're watching this, and Sonic thinks this may be a shadow scenario where she's not really the one doing it. What I'm wondering is why is she so sloppy at covering her tracks?
Well, that's
mean-
immediately if it's Rouge, if it were Rouge, they'd never know who stole it.
Yeah, if it were Rouge, they wouldn't be caught like this. So I guess that is kind of proof that it's
okay.
not Rouge.
But let's remember, in the show, she had a calling card. She had specifically laminated cards for that.
Oh my god, that's right.
Okay, but like I said, I could totally see Rouge continuing to steal things, even working for Gunn. But what they would do is they would put their calling card there. They'd be like, Rouge, why are you stealing stuff? They're like, nah, someone is just using my calling card. Wink. like you can't prove it was me, sort of a thing.
Well, honestly, not to spoil how the rest of the issue goes, but also who cares? That would have been an amazing twist. Is that if Rouge successfully convinced everybody that it was somebody other than her, but it was her.
That actually would be like an incredible issue. It's now I'm sad that wasn't the plot.
Yeah. Tails says, I thought she gave up being a thief when she worked with Gunn. And yeah, like I explained, that seemed like a quid pro quo situation to me. But she's also missing from Gunn HQ, and Westwood and Topaz are ordered to arrest her.
Of course, Westwood, the racist one.
Yeah, that also other excellent idea is that actually he's the one framing her, but that's also not what happened.
Darn.
Darn.
But then Rouge appears at Angel Island saying, hey, I didn't do it. I'm being set up. And then she asks to crash with Knuckles, and he's like, no. And then she knocks him out and steals the Master Emerald. So what I want to ask, Knuckles says, normally I don't hit a lady, but you're no lady. Not only is that a weird and kind of out of character line, it is verbatim the line Sonic says when hitting Auntie Sally in Archie Sonic number 24.
That's right, it is.
It's not a specific enough line that I couldn't imagine that being a coincidence.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's just I've heard that line elsewhere as well, but that's interesting.
Is it a reference to something?
I feel like it's gotta be, but I'm not. My brain can't figure out what right now.
Rouge also responds to that with "You have no idea." So yeah, it's a
Yeah.
So whatever. It's the predictable answer. Sonic goes to Gun HQ to talk with Topaz about all this, and I do like Knuckles just crashes through the fucking window because he's so mad.
I
Crashes
absolutely
in,
love
screams, "Where is she?" like Batman.
There was an old Sprite comic I used to read called Nintendo Acres, and a running joke with that was that Link doesn't know how to use doors and would always just blow up walls to get to places.
I think I remember that.
I just think of Knuckles being like, you did the one thing that I will not stand for, steal the Master Emerald. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get it back. Because even if Knuckles has to be stupid or otherwise badly written sometimes, one thing you should never mess up is if the Master Emerald gets stolen, that instantly becomes their priority and they don't care about anything else.
Yeah, he will go on, he's on a mission now.
As dumb as I think that it was that Penders, the 25 years later backstory Penders wrote, was that Knuckles killed Eggman because he tried to steal the Master Emerald, I wouldn't argue that that's entirely out of character.
Sure.
Bro.
Yeah, Westwood is absolutely giddy at the different ways he is imagining arresting the furry booby girl. He's so excited. So they formulate a plan. They're gonna bait her out with a giant fake Chaos Emerald, except they say it's cubic zirconia, which if that's a fake of anything, it's a fake diamond.
Yeah.
But I guess all gems are the same in this universe.
Well, the thing is, I would at first saw it like this is just the writers not understanding, but you could write this off as like Westwood or whoever planned this out not understanding, gemstones as well.
Yeah, that's a fair point, but also it doesn't make sense because he also calls it the world's largest Chaos Emerald. There's only 7. What is it supposed to be?
I don't know. The Chaos Emeralds are a phenomenon from an alien world. Again, maybe they don't understand them.
I guess. I like that Sonic points out this is more likely to lure Eggman than Rouge. But nonetheless, Rouge does show up, and Knuckles confronts her, only for her to deny stealing the Master Emerald, just like she denied the thing about the Moon Emerald.
Mm-hmm.
So they fight on top of the building, and they fall off the building and onto Sonic before Westwood net blasts them. And yeah, Eggman just has a fake one go after the emerald. So Rouge, it's weird. Rouge gets out of the net with her like laser lipstick. I don't know if she had something like that in the show or not.
She probably did.
Well, regardless, that was how they identified that Rouge was the one that stole the thing before. So did Eggman plant that? And how would he know that she had that? 'Cause it's very random. I assume it's not the same one.
I mean, I would question
seemingly
how Eggman can make such a perfect copy of Rouge, but like, just don't think about it. They're just that good.
Auto-automaton.
Yeah, basically.
No. Right as this is happening, Westwood is like, I'm not even going to pretend to be sane at this point. They're like, I'm going to get a promotion when I prove all you talking animals are plotting against the human race. Like, okay, you said it out loud, thanks.
Yeah. Well, and I do like, as soon as Rouge gets out of the net, Knuckles immediately punches her in the back. It's like, that's not even the right Rouge, no. But, you know, he gets back to the fisticuffs, he breaks down the wall, and then we see Imposter Rouge for real trying to get the fake Chaos Emerald, which means Sonic was right. Everybody jumps her, but she's just too fast for Knuckles and Rouge to hit. Not for
Interesting.
Sonic, though. Not for Sonic, though, except Westwood... Sonic gets her, and then Westwood puts them in another net because he sucks.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Eggman's mech crashes through the ceiling to
The
steal
fake
the...
Rouge. Oh, yeah. The
I
Chaos
didn't
Emerald
mention it
is very
before,
weird
but to
looking.
steal the fake Chaos Emerald, it looks nothing like a Chaos Emerald, except it is green.
Right.
Yeah, at least they got the color right.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
The fake Rouge identifies himself by saying, "Oh, Master," as Eggman shows up, which I would think, oh, that's really stupid. But of course, Eggman, being as full of themselves as they are, would program all their robots to call them Master upon sight.
Of course, yeah.
Real Rouge gets rid of the net, so Sonic and Knuckles can fight the mech while she takes on the fake. We're shuffling between opponents a lot here. But yeah, Sonic and Knuckles' traditional Eggman fighting antics, while Rouge fighting another Rouge is definitely someone's kink. But she throws the imposter at Westwood, and in parentheses in my notes, I have in parentheses, deserved. And then she tears its fucking head off.
Yeah.
That is metal? Question mark.
It's made out of metal, probably, I
That's
guess. I don't know.
Probably true.
I don't, like, making perfectly accurate robot duplicates is really only something you can pull off in either a cartoon or something where you can synthesize synthetic flesh. But,
Yeah.
Sonic and Knuckles, beat up and destroy the other mech, and, look, inside is the Moon Emerald and the Master Emerald. And there's a
How
third
convenient.
spot, presumably where the fake Chaos Emerald would go. I don't know why he built it with three.
There's a lot
compartments
of
like that.
spots in there, actually. There's
Oh yeah, I
4
didn't notice
open
the other ones
spots.
inside. I guess I just
There-
thought that that's where it would go.
I mean, there's not enough room for the fake emerald there, but
Well, I mean,
whatever.
There
the
are
Master Emerald size.
7 spots, almost
Yeah.
like it's meant for every Chaos Emerald.
That's what I would assume.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, they beat the mech. Eggman flies away. Master Emerald's safe.
Right.
Moon Emerald's safe, and it's all wrapped up in a neat little bow. And President Mike says, "You get to keep the Chaos Cubic Zirconium to Rouge." I like to think that President Mike is so obtuse he calls it that because he doesn't know what makes Chaos Emerald special.
Yeah, probably.
So, yeah, okay story, a little predictable. I wish that it had been those other things that we came up with.
Oh, well.
But it's at least, you know, kind of a Sonic-y story. Whereas Sonic number 19 here, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, they've out of ideas, aren't they?
The
Yeah, we're
Egg
just-
Elvis impersonator, did they just throw dartboards at different settings and themes until
And I
they landed on?
guess Vegas,
Well, okay, casinos are a big part of Sonic level themes, but that's not
Yeah.
actually a big part of this story, really.
not really.
Yeah, so I don't know about this one, but this is Muerta Las Vegas, Edkin and Yardley. In Las Vegas, the gang visits Nelson Thorndyke's casino, because he
Of
owns
course
a
the
casino
Thorndykes
in
have a
addition to everything
casino.
else. Meanwhile, Eggman hatches a plan to steal poker chips. And not only that, of everything, I would not expect Eggman to reference Celine Dion.
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
What? That's extremely contemporary pop culture reference. Cause what?
She was, yeah, she did have a show in Vegas in 2007, so.
Well, and
But
like
that's
that's
so.
that's a name that's still relevant now. You know, it's just
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, no, it is very odd.
You know, it's like the Elvis thing. As much as I think that the Egg Elvis impersonator is dumb, it's like I can get that. That's such a generalized. Everybody knows who fucking Elvis Presley was, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. And yes, this is also another money plan, but it's so dumb. Because, like, if you can steal
'cause the-
poker chips, why not just steal actual money from the casinos?
Because he's misunderstanding how the poker chips work. He thinks if you just, it's a straight conversion. no casino is going to let you just bring in chips to convert to money.
I guess, but here's the thing. They never acknowledge that in the issue, because
No, they
Eggman fails in
don't.
his plan. The perfect ending to this that they don't do would be that Eggman gets all the poker chips and can't use them.
I thought that
Sure,
was
yeah.
what was going to happen.
That's
Yeah.
what I was expecting also, yeah.
Yeah, so again, weird missed opportunities here. Which I guess is spoiling the end of this, but whatever. Let's try to speed through this a little bit. I don't know. The heroes are all excited to play games at the casino, even though they're all underage. But he's like, "Oh, don't worry, it has an all
there's-
ages video arcade."
I think most casinos have arcades as well, so that makes sense.
I've never been to Vegas, so I'll take your word for it.
I mean, last time I was in Vegas, I was like 2.
Well, were
Did
you
you
a
play in an
gambling
arcade?
2-year-old?
No, but my dad did get chastised for me sitting on his leg when he was pulling on slots casually, which is like, I don't get why. I don't get why he'd get chastised about that.
I feel like a really bad comedy movie about a baby who's like really good at poker for some reason. That's a very 2007 idea.
That is a very
Yes.
2007 idea.
They do make a little reference here to Sonic casino levels because
Oh,
they're
the-
looking
I
at the
hate
machines
pinballs.
and then looking at pinball, and Sonic is like, I hate pinball machines. And he's just
Understandable.
remembering all the times that Eggman used pinball in their creations because I don't know
Yeah.
why, but he just does it, and of course he would hate it.
Of course, yeah.
I like that they made an arcade machine based off of Sam's Speed.
I feel like it should have been Virtua Racer as like as a Sega reference.
That's definitely something that a modern Sonic comic would do.
That's fair. This era of Sonic was like 50-50 if they would.
I mean, post reboot Archie literally has Sega to Sanchiro in it, so.
Nice.
And yeah, Eggman built a giant slot machine bot to mug people. This is not the egg dealer from Shadow the Hedgehog, but it's close enough.
Okay, so, I gotta give him credit. I did say before, like, why wasn't Eggman using spare parts? But they actually did it. Eggman was like, oh, there's this little warehouse with all these unused machines, and he's just cobbling them together into a robot. Good job. You're following along the plot line logically.
Yep.
Yeah, it makes sense. I like it. It's
They're also loading it up with cherries because that's an effective attack, apparently.
Eggman misunderstands. When
Yeah.
you get a match of the symbols, you don't get a whole bunch of what's depicted on the symbol.
Well, he needs to be putting lemons and bells in it too, then.
Do you not remember what happens in this comic?
Oh
That's
yeah, I
true,
forgot.
Devin.
It's been a while since I took the notes on these, but you're right, that does happen. Chris is better at video games than Sonic, and you know what? That makes sense.
That tracks, yeah.
Because despite being a video game character, Sonic is not somebody who sits around playing a lot of video games.
Right.
Amy gets like ticked off here and is like, Sonic would have won if it was a real race. But then Sonic is like, don't
Yeah,
worry
no
about
shit.
it.
Well, it's like, yeah, no shit he would have.
Let's be honest, if this were switched to Sonic and Amy racing, Chris would react the exact same way if Amy won.
You're right, actually.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, Sonic gets bored and runs off, and surprise, surprise, this takes him out of the action, so Eggman's scheme can monopolize the plot for a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, he takes the robot out, he ruins a Vegas wedding, and
Scares some Elvis impersonators.
yeah, and these CSI people?
Yeah,
Was there a CSI Las Vegas?
maybe.
I don't know. I don't watch cop shows. Tails is better at video games than Amy, but Amy completely smashes the machine.
So who really won?
Not Nelson, I'll tell you that much. He has to pay for it.
True.
That's like not even like losing a penny for Nelson.
Probably
That's
not.
a good point. He's like, oh, it makes her happy. Smash as many machines as you want. I'll even pay the lawsuits if you hit a person.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, Eggman is attacking, causing trouble. He makes his demand for poker chips in the middle of the city. You have to fill our dump truck with them.
Yeah, Eggman's never been much for like smart making of demands. It just kind of scream their demands out.
Basically.
Yeah, it's like you had it in Sonic Adventure 2 when he was dealing with the president, but he should have done that first instead of announcing to the world that he has the cannon. Although maybe he did need to demonstrate it first. I don't know. Either way, this is even less slick than that. Anyway, Amy and Tails smack the robot, but it vomits a bunch of cherries on them, as we saw being put in before. Sonic, as we've established, is so bored, but the narration also says he's in Wisconsin, which is a random place to choose.
Also, probably one of the more boring states.
Yeah, but we learned that things have gotten so formulaic. Sonic assumes that because he's been gone long enough, something has happened in his absence that he needs to say.
Something's gone wrong.
I love this. The comic doesn't stick to this, but just for a moment, the comic becomes self-aware, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
On the one hand, yes. On the other hand, it bothers me when you lampshade something and then you keep doing it.
Well, you have to be clever about it continuously, which you're right, they wouldn't be.
Of course, yeah.
And yes, I totally had forgotten this. Amy and Tails try the machine again, and they get bells dropped on them this time. And that, yeah, probably would be uncomfortable at the least, if not. I don't. It's weird that like the bells ring with their head stuck inside them, even though the things that would hit them are blocked by their heads. But I don't know. Anyway, Sonic. Sonic is here. He tries the slots for himself, and yes, does indeed get covered in lemonade. He says that he hates getting wet, but really you just gotta protect your eyes.
Yeah, especially with lemonade.
Yeah, that would be terrible.
Yeah. But luckily, Tails has a ring for him, and there's one actually really good strategy here, which is that the robot vomits out a bunch of fake rings so he can't find the real one.
That is a
Yes.
good strat. I like that one.
Yeah, this is actually great. I'll give this issue a few good gags. Actually, this is pretty good.
Oh yeah, these comics have something funny in them almost every time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good idea. But then their solution is that they just attack it more. They attack all at once, and that just works. It's like, have we tried hitting it harder? It might as well be.
Basically. Well, apparently, once they roll 3 Eggmans, it just dies. Which, yeah, that's true. That's how that works, I guess.
I do
Or
like
that's
how
when it
Eggman.
does a super attack.
I do like how Sonic rolls the slots. He just keeps running on them.
So they knock it over. It's busted. Eggman's like, "I'll get you next time, Gadget." Eggman makes everyone makes fun of Eggman.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I don't care. That they really should have had the ending where he gets the poker chips and they don't work.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
So kind of a boring story, but that's okay.
A little bit.
Let's see if we have an upswing with this last one for today. Sonic number 20. Sonic is hanging out with a Transformer.
It's not as cool as it looks.
No, it is not. And I
Yeah,
just
not
want to note that
really.
I wrote that line before I knew that this literally is about a transforming robot. And importantly, this comic is called Speedlines, and it is written by James McDonough and Adam Patek, with art by Hutchison. And those guys actually wrote for Transformers comic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that explains it. That makes
That does
sense.
explain it, yeah.
And for some reason, I don't remember exactly how this applies because, again, it's been a while since I took these notes. My summary says, after one too many defeats by Sonic, Sam Speed resorts to desperate measures.
That is really
Yeah.
funny that you're recalling these plots in real time. Yeah, that's right.
All right. Well, anyway, Sonic is beating an Eggman robot, and we see that this is something Eggman is watching from a recording, and he's so mad that Sonic always wins, which I guess is maybe a follow-up, because the last comic ended with everybody saying, "Hey, we always win. We literally always beat you." So maybe that's kind of continuous storytelling. Not much though.
Not really. I could see this fit pretty much anywhere.
Yeah. But they then flip to the news to see that Sonic and Sam Speed are both trying to stop a runaway trolley that conveniently has nobody on it. So of course they're going to turn this into a competition, and of course
There's someone
Sam-
on it. There's someone on the roof.
Oh, you're right. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I'm assuming the conductor.
Okay, I'm a fucking idiot then.
Yeah, goddamn,
I don't know why I
Devin.
thought that it was empty. Anyway, of course Sonic and Sam turn this into a competition, and of course Sam loses, because that's what always happens.
Well, it's funny. Sonic and Sam in these comics so far, unless I'm forgetting something, have mostly actually had a friendly
Yeah,
rivalry.
they haven't been particularly adversarial up until like just now.
Yeah, it's like Sam suddenly remembered, wait a minute, I'm supposed to really, really get ticked off whenever I lose to this guy.
Right.
Yeah, it was a little more amiable than in the cartoon, where it was like that was his only thing. He never had a moment where like he was friendly towards someone. He was always like, "I gotta beat him. I'm Vegeta." Yeah, I don't know. It is odd, but maybe it's just because he crashes into all these trash cans and gets his car covered in filth, That would make me annoyed.
I
But
mean, it's their
Eggman,
fault though because
I,
their companion is like, "Oh, be careful, don't overdo it, or the engine will explode or whatever,"
I'm
and
not
then it
saying
does.
it's not his fault. But he is a
Yeah,
guy that doesn't take personal responsibility for anything. I'm guessing that's why his wife divorced him.
that's a thing.
Yeah, that's something they mentioned in like one of the first episodes is that he's divorced.
Yeah, I remember that.
I forgot that plot detail. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Anywho, Eggman sees all this going down and he gets an idea. Maybe I can use Sam to my advantage. Which kind of already happened in the show with the Jerome Wise thing, but whatever. Yes, Sam argues with his teammates about how he always loses to Sonic, just like how Eggman does. But he also says, I keep losing because my car sucks. And you guys suck too for criticizing me. Couldn't be that I just
Yep.
suck.
Never.
And yeah, he treats his teammates real crappy. But then, my God, this souped up truck arrives, and what the fuck are you wearing, Eggman?
Wow,
I
this is Robbie Nick, a new character.
yeah, excuse me. It's not Eggman.
He's gearhead Eggman. I don't even know what to call him because Eggman's already a gearhead. I guess grease monkey Eggman.
I don't know, but I love this getup. It's great.
These comics have given us a lot of good Eggman outfits and will continue to. So,
For sure.
and Robbie Nick is kind of funny, but he offers to build Sam a vehicle that can beat Sonic. So it's definitely a little different from the Jerome Wise race. Hashtag justice for Jerome, but he takes him back to his workshop and is like, yeah, I can construct something. In fact, he makes the Speed 5000, a proper dragster that any man will. I don't give a shit about cars. I don't know anything about them.
It looks neat.
Is
I
fast.
guess.
It's fast.
Yeah. I can tell you lots about Hot Wheels Highway 35 acceleracers. That's the same as being a car guy, right?
Clearly.
Close enough.
Yeah, but Sam, of course, he lives in perpetual midlife crisis, so he accepts this gift.
Oh yeah.
Because the last time he accepted a mysterious car gift from Eggman, that went so well.
Mm-hmm.
He knows it. He doesn't know it's Eggman, but whatever. And perfect timing. Sam gets a call to save people from an oil refinery fire. Except it is an oil rig out in the ocean, which is not the same as a refinery. I'm pretty sure.
No, it is not.
Well, whatever. Sonic shows up, and Sam makes a race of this. Except now Sonic has a problem with that. I think that was why I thought the
Do
trolley was
they?
empty, is because I thought that was why Sonic was okay with it being a competition.
I guess.
Well, I'm trying to double check if Sonic really has a problem with it.
Oh, actually, he says it gets
Uh.
our friends rescued quick. So it's not so much that I'm misremembering because I wrote the notes a while ago. I'm just fucking hallucinating while writing things, apparently. You know, during the pandemic, Lauren and I, our quarantine project was watching through all of Doctor Who from the classic series to the modern timeline. And there were points where I would bring things up that are just absolutely not true. And we started wondering if there was a gas leak in my room.
You might want to go check if there's a gas leak again. Light a
Yeah.
match.
Yeah. Anyway, yes, they do make a race out of this, and no, Sonic does not have a real problem with it. But Sam speeds way up and outstrips Sonic. And Sonic is definitely shocked to see this, but I do like that he says all that really matters is somebody gets in time to help.
Right.
Yeah, we've got to have Sonic being super level-headed to make Sam even more just an idiot.
Yeah, but it is also in character. You know, it reminds me of the Sat AM race episode, how Sonic will compete for his pride, but then completely just throw it out when it comes to other people's safety.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Sam's car, it transforms into a plane. It's amazing. All Stars Racing transformed, foreshadowing by like 5 years. But it puts out the fire, and Sonic arrives way after the fact. So yeah, he's like, hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then Sam's friends are like, well, actually, it might have been better if, like, everything just burned than letting Sam save the day. Like, wow, harsh.
Yeah, they say don't go boosting his ego anymore, but it's like, okay, jackass, you know, I know he's been an asshole to you, but it is in fact better that people don't burn to death. Also, why are they covered in soap? Were they already on it when he fired the But in this moment, Sam's like, "Why are my friends like being annoyed at me still? Am I that much of a jerk?" And yes, you are. So he has to have his little like moment of respite, but oops, too late. Eggman has control of the car, and I guess has the whole time probably.
Probably.
But you know the shot of him taking off the Robbie Nick disguise. If you remove the bad bandana, he'd look a lot like Nega.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
He's
yeah.
got the same visor. Anyway, now the car fires a missile, and Sonic's now he's in the action, and we get a shot of Knuckles. Everything happens in view of Angel Island in these comics, so that Knuckles can see
I
it.
know. It's so convenient.
But yes, Sonic barely dodges the missile, gets the other two out of the way, and the car transforms into a big robot, because it's Transformers. They probably should have gotten a Transformers artist to collab on this, Hutchison. It's not that this guy couldn't be a Transformer, it's that he just doesn't look that cool.
A little bit, yeah.
I don't know, maybe it's also the fact that, like, the entire first half of this issue did not have that, so it's like it comes in a little
He
late.
is just kind of coming in suddenly in like the last 8 pages.
I don't know. The part of it is that I'm not sure exactly how to critique this because I'm not really a Transformers fan.
If I was
But-
reviewing this when I was like 12, I could probably critique it.
We should have gotten Matt on for this issue. He'd know what to say.
The Transformers fan?
He showed us the Transformers movie from the 80s.
I'd seen that before that.
Okay, well he brought it over to your house to watch it with us. So I
I
presumed
know
that he
that.
was maybe he's not a Transformers fan. I don't fucking know.
Well, I mean, the 80s Transformers movie is just iconic.
Okay. Ba weep gra week ba ninny bong. But anyway. Big Robot Man tries to punch Sonic but gets stopped by Knuckles. And apparently Sonic does care about his pride when he's being saved by Knuckles. He says, "Me rescued, how embarrassing."
Well, it's because when Sonic is facing off a jerk, they have to be all like on their best behavior, which is why when they're racing
Yeah.
Sam, they're like, well, it's okay as long as everyone's saved. But when they have someone who, classically they've had a petty rivalry with, then they're like, okay, finally, I can drop the act and I can just be myself for a while.
Yeah. No, he's embarrassed because his crush had to come to the rescue. This is a Sonic tsundere moment.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, more missiles. Sonic and Knuckles argue. The robot is too dangerous to directly approach. And Sam does acknowledge issue 3 here, where he got tricked by Eggman into being that robot. So it's at least a nice bit of continuity. But he calls into HQ and gets in contact with Chuck, who is gonna develop a signal that'll halt the robot, because Sonic and Knuckles apparently just can't beat it on their own.
Oh no.
It's because they're getting in each other's way too much, which is kind of sad.
Yeah.
That's a fair point, but I don't know. Sonic and Knuckles work better together than that, I think.
Usually.
But yes, they did this so that Sam can technically be part of saving the day.
Right.
Because Chuck, builds a signal that makes the robot stop for just a second. And I will say, they are willing to throw Sam a bone because he immediately puts defeating Eggman over his own safety, because this could actually do something to him. It's like he says there's a risk to you, but they don't say what the risk is. But,
Well, you see, whenever you mess with an Eggman robot, there's a chance it'll just completely explode. That's
true.
the risk.
that's a
that's
fair
fair,
point,
yeah.
because when he does this, it does explode when they beat it. So, but the cockpit doesn't.
How lucky.
So they win. Sam is safe and fine. We end on Sonic and Knuckles apologizing for arguing instead of fighting, and Sam apologizing for being an asshole.
And Tails and Amy show up, who I completely missed that, like, they were coming to the scene way earlier in the issue, and then they just didn't show up because they were still on their way and got here just now.
Yeah, I didn't even notice until now that you pointed it out, so that's funny. So it's not a bad comic exactly, but you definitely feel the
Fine.
formula.
Yeah. It's fine.
It's fine, but we're halfway through the Sonic X comics now, and as we're recording, this is episode 199 of Deep Dive Zone. So next time on Deep Dive Zone, we're gonna do something other than the Sonic X comics. It's
Thank
not
God.
exactly a 200 special. It just kind of worked out that way. But we're going to take a break from the comics, give ourselves some time to chill out a little bit. And next time on Deep Dive Zone, we're going to be talking about canceled Sonic games. Sonic games that never came out. And that should be
It's usually what
neat.
canceled means.
Well, in the modern era, it means a couple different things. But this is the
Oh,
cool meaning.
yeah.
This is the unreleased
Uh-huh.
Sonic games you never got to see. Not the Eggman's racist tweets version.
Jesus.
Anyway, with all that said, that is where we're going to end off for tonight. So thank you to my lovely co-host for being here, and thank you to our lovely viewers for watching. If you like this video, please feel free to share, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, criticisms, suggestions, or feedback, you can reach us at any of the links in the link tree in the description. I hope you all have a great rest of your night. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. We'll see you next week for another episode. I hope you have a great rest of your night, again, which I said already. And take care.